Hi, I'm Angela Perry. I'm the Director of Property Services at Golden Gates Housing. Golden Gates Housing is the biggest social landlord in Warrington, and we recently had an opportunity where we wanted to take on some new staff, and rather than going through the usual process of advertising and recruiting people, we wanted to think about an opportunity of getting people back into work. I had an idea about how I could do this, but one of my main problems was how did I reach out to those people and what agencies were out there to help me do that. So a key factor for me was when I contacted Jobcentre Plus, and they told me all about the local employee partnership that was in place, and they told me about how that could make this actually happen. I called it my little idea because that's what it was, and it was really about engaging people in our communities, in the areas that we work, and giving them an opportunity to get back into work in a completely different way. What was great for us was that process only took 3 months, and as a result I've now been able to employ 10 people as a result of that project. And here today with me is Stephen, who has been successful in that. And I just really wanted to get a feel from you, Stephen, about how did you find out about the job in the first instance?
Well, first of all, it was a leaflet drop that got pushed through the door, so once I received that I just rang up the job centre and went from there.
Right. I know through Jobcentre Plus, and one of the things we wanted to do is we targeted not just advertising the jobs in Jobcentre Plus, which was obviously a key part of this, but also about getting into our communities. So we went round and did a letter job in a lot of the areas, particularly the most deprived area of Warrington, lettering people and letting them know about the job and seeing if they could find out about it. So it was great that you heard in that way, Stephen. And what made you apply?
Well, being unemployed and the lack of work what was available at the time, it was a really good opportunity, what I found, and just to get my foot in with Golden Gates, that was another big thing, and everything what was wanted on the leaflet I felt that I could offer.
Great. Part of the recruitment process that we did was, what we developed was a training programme. So we went through advertising the jobs, getting people to come in and talk to us and not fill out an application form and do things in the usual way. In partnership with Warrington Borough Council and Warrington Disability Partnership, what they did is they did that recruitment process and told people and supported people through that process. And as a result, we had over 100 people apply for the jobs. We got those 100 people down to around 18 applicants, and they attended a 2-week training course which we worked in conjunction with Warrington Collegiate. That 2-week training course was very integral to what we were doing. They went through the training course before we'd employed the people. How did you find that training course?
It was a really big help. It helped us with our interviewing, our CV. It was skills for jobs, and just for the people who didn't get it, it would have helped them out a lot as well. So it's a really good part of it was the college.
That was a really important part of the process for me, because it was about, as Stephen says, getting back into work and giving people those skills and opportunities to do that. So whilst people went on a 2-week training course, at the end of that, us as the employer actually interviewed every single person that completed the 2-week training course as well. And that was to give them interview experience. And as a result of that, we interviewed 16 people and we were able to offer 10 people an employment opportunity. I suppose I have to ask you the question, Stephen, given that opportunity, would you do the whole thing all over again?
Definitely, certainly would, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
So would I from an employer point of view, because I think it was a really good experience. I think we got some really good, excellent calibre of candidates for jobs, and I think if we'd gone through the usual recruitment process, we wouldn't have reached out to those members of the community that we were hoping to reach.